So today we specifically talk women. Why? Because women's access to healthcare is so overlooked. First and foremost, I'm gonna probably be talking generally because unfortunately, as much as medical practitioners and professionals acknowledge that women often don't look after their health or get themselves checked and never come for follow-ups, there are no real statistics for this. And a lot of it comes from society establishing their special kind of norms, where women decide that their health is probably not as important as maybe their kids or their husbands, so they leave it by the wayside and only really treat it when it comes to a point where it's interfering with her ability to contribute to her family and her community. She never really thinks of herself. Admittedly, there are the outlays that look after their health regardless, or take into account the need to look after themselves as people first. But even then, there's still so much overlooked, especially when it comes to women's health. So their reproductive health or any of that. It's not a taboo, but it's really uncomfortable for a lot of people. So, say for example, when a doctor tells a woman that she has breast cancer, she may never come back to the hospital to get treatment. She may ask her husband, we need to put aside money for the treatment, said the doctor, and he goes, no, you're not getting your breast removed. That's part of you, and that's part of what I own. And they don't let her have the treatment she needs. And that's reality for some people. And when my grandmother's first doctor, when we found out about her cancer, was telling us about the other women he works with, he said that this reality is really sad because the woman will die from breast cancer, but her husband will later get remarried and won't really care too much about how that affects his children, and he'll just continue his life. And he chose for his wife not to get treatment. And we move swiftly on to reproductive health, which requires so much partner communication, whether it's about getting yourself tested for STIs or HIV or any of that, or even just going to figure out what kind of contraceptive or family planning may be best for you. There are so many obstacles to women making their own choices about their own bodies. Heck, people I have worked with have been told by their partners that they can no longer take certain kinds of contraceptives, and I'm not talking just about religious ideas, but just the idea that that woman is his property, and when they choose to have children is up to him, not a partnership. So upsetting. I can't even begin to explain how upsetting that is for me to know that educated women in the capital city still don't have bodily integrity. And what I will never understand is who told that guy that his partner's body belongs to him. Those kinds of things are the bigger issues that we need to address, as well as male responsibility when it comes to partnerships, about men knowing that, they should probably have their default setting to always using a condom maybe, or talking to their partner first about how to decide family planning and moving forward with that kind of stuff. And the right to bodily integrity is argued so much because what that word means is still so general. It's just like talking about, reproductive health and rights issues. It could be on one hand having the right to an abortion, and if you don't think that a woman should have a right to an abortion, I don't think that that's your responsibility. It's a person's choice to choose what happens to their body and what happens to their future, because, when you have an unplanned baby, it affects your education, your work, your health, if you're not prepared, especially your mental wellness, and so much along the line. So as much as I know that maybe the right to life is a massive, massive, integral human right, a woman's right to her own life should come first. And whatever situation that she was in, it may not have been her choice, but it is her choice to choose what happens to her body. I'm pretty sure everyone can understand that. And if she doesn't really want to carry some growing, squirmy sea monkey life thing, which doesn't develop human-esque cognitive ability until a couple months after it's born, that's her choice. So at the end of the day, we need to acknowledge that women need to look after their bodies first and foremost. We know as a society, especially in the Pacific, how important women are, But the fact that they're important to their families and communities shouldn't just be the reason why they're looking after their health. It should just be something that they do regardless. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them here on YouTube or on the Feminine Pacific or Femvid's Facebook pages. And start a discussion. How do you look after your body? Is it difficult for you, if you're a woman, to access health services of whatever type? Let me know. I've been Sean Rolls. This has been another Femvid. Thanks for watching.